All right, I'm going to see if you can figure out how to do this on your own. Create a plane on that point and three circles that are on that same plane. This one with an 1.5 inch diameter circle. This is an arc with a 3/8 inch radius. And how did I get this circle to touch all four edges of that square? You can pause the video and try it out because I'm going to keep going and rip through and show you how I did it. Okay, so I got to show you how to create that plane. Under the Wireframe tab, I go to Plane, and we're going to go parallel through a point. The reference is going to be this plane here, let's say. The point is going to be right here on this point. Puts a plane icon representing that same YZ plane at that specific point. It doesn't matter, they all represent the exact same plane. I didn't have to create that, I'm just showing you yet another way to do this. Let's go back to the ISO view. Using that plane, I can create a circle, and I just, for that reason, kind of wanted the plane over there. So we go to Wireframe and we find the circle feature. Create center and radius. You have all kinds of different options. Okay, I'll start with center radius, the default, and it's add a radius. The radius was 3/8. Actually, normally I would do the diameter first. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch this to switch to diameter, and I believe I did an 1.5 inch diameter. And then for the center, it's going to be this point right here. And the support is the plane I created to make sure that that circle is on that 2D plane. And then you just simply click on this one and you get a full circle, and it calls it off as a diameter. Select OK. So when I create my measurement for it, when I click on this edge of this circle, I don't want a radius for a hole. Diameter should, or hole should be represented with the diameter. So I'm going to customize this and switch to not endpoint, diameter, and turn radius and endpoint off. Select OK, and that's how I got the diameter in there. Let's do the part arc. Back to Wireframe tab. We're going to use circle, and I'm going to use this center point, point number 7, and then it's at diameter. Well, I know the other one was a radius, so I'm going to click over to the radius and type in 3 divided by 8 and hit tab, and it will calculate the radius at 0.375. The support is the same. We use the same plane, and I can select OK. Now I'm going to try and create the circle that touches all 3 lines. So I go to circle. Instead of center radius, you got to look through here and see which one best fits. And if I look at this one here, it says tritangent, and I see 3 lines around the circle, meaning that it's going to come tangent to 3 lines, and that's going to act as the 3 points. So 3 points is almost the same as tritangent, because it's finding the tangent point, and that's what it's using. So if I select tritangent, it's asking for 3 elements. I'll pick the first line, the second line, and the third line. There's no reason to pick the 4th line because by default it's going to come tangent to that. Select OK, and that's how you create a tritangent circle. I'll do one more. There are other options for you to be aware of. For example, corner. I can grab an edge here, and it says element 4 was grabbed, and then, or line 4, and then element 2 is going to be this top line, which is line 3. The support plane. these two lines by default create a support. If I wanted to, though, I could pick this plane as a support. And the radius is super tiny, so I won't see it. So let's give it a good size radius. Let's go 3/4 of an inch and preview it, see what it looks like. All right, now you'll see the lines did not trim. If you look at the pop-up window, you want to have these turned on so that it will trim. When I hit preview, you can see it's highlighted in blue what it's going to keep. When I select OK, those lines are gone. Try it one more time on your own over here before I do it. All right, to get it done, I'm going to do corner. Simply select the two line, and it remembers what I did last time, so it keeps the same parameters. I just want to select that default, change the default to this plane here for no real reason. I select OK, and that's how I get that thing cornered. All right, I'm going to finish this by going to Tools, Measure Item, and verify that I got these the right size. So this one here, oh, that was supposed to be an arc. So I'm going to customize that to give me the radius. Select OK. Double click on this. Can't believe I did that. That's supposed to be an arc. That's this one over here. So it's part arc, and it's on the wrong side. So I'm going to try and change this to 180. It's not going to like it. Preview that, and oh god, I don't know how many times I'm going to get that beeped. Let's try and change this one to 0 and preview that. Oh, wrong way. I want it to start at 180 and end at 360. So the reason why it's ending at 360 is because all circles are created counterclockwise from the 3 o'clock position. So let's go do this. Let's go to View and change this to a front view. So this would be an angle of 0 right here. From 0 to 90 is here. From 90 to 180 is here. So I'm starting at 180, and I'm going to continue counterclockwise until I get back to 360. So again, you got 90, 180, 270, going counterclockwise back to here, that's 360. So those are the parameters you key in to get the arc on the bottom. I'll pop back into the ISO view. Oh, I don't need the diameter, so I just double click on that and customize it. On an arc, I want a radius. On a hole, I want a diameter. Okay, so Tools, and click on this corner here. 75. Do you know what this radius is? Or diameter, I should say. It's a full circle, so I don't want radius. So we're going to customize it to diameter and turn off the radius. All right, that concludes our exercises on creating points, lines, planes, and circles. Simple wireframe that's created in the construction geometry. Your part should look like mine. Take a picture of it and call it good.